24 students from Japan and Thailand participated in the Denso Youth for Earth Action 2008, fostering youth to have a high level of consciousness toward environmental symbiosis. We experienced Japanese nature at the Kushiro wetland during the Hokkaido phase from July 29th to August 2nd. Concerning the Kushiro wetland, the lecturer was Mr. Hisashi Shinsho. He has wrestled with safeguarding the environment of wetlands for many years. Under his guidance, we proceeded toward the deepest part of the Kushiro wetland, Cape Kirakotan. The area around here is a specially protected area called the Core Zone. After walking about 30 minutes, we finally arrived at the edge of Cape Kirakotan. We could see the original wetland as it should be. The flowing river is overgrown with thickly sown vegetation. Here we're able to find a Japanese crane and yezo deers, as well as other animals inhabiting the wetland. At Cape Kirakotan, we investigated the spring water from various angles, such as quantity and quality of the spring water. Through the data, we learned about wetland characteristics. We investigated the spring water around the wetland. This day, we came to Lake Toro, located in the Kushiro wetland. We headed toward a flowing spring by boat. Examining the difference between the test results of the spring water and the lake water, we were surprised with a result showing the water quality of the lake was better. We discussed the detailed natural structure and how humans and wildlife affect the spring water. At Lake Toro, Mr. Tosa, who has lived in this area for many years, talked about the relationship between humans and nature.
自然もこれ以上悪くならないように皆さんの力で頑張ってなんとか残してください。
The next day, we trekked toward the source of the Kushiro River. We learned about the appearance and ecosystem of the forest while going deep into the mountains. We finally arrived at the source after walking more than an hour. This is one of the sources of the Kushiro River, Osape Falls.
Sit down and then close your eyes for 1 minute.
When coming into contact with nature, you need not only to study it, but to actually feel it. During this phase, anyone must have felt the same way. We moved to Aichi Prefecture for the last half of the program. We learned the way environmental problems interact with our daily lives. At first, we came to the Nagoya City garbage processing plant. We didn't simply observe the plant, but we learned about the efficiency of Nagoya City's campaign for garbage countermeasures. Next, we went to Fujimae Tideland, which is located beside the plant, to see what kind of creatures live in the tideland. We found Japanese mud shrimps and gobies and other creatures there.
This is muddy water. We want to see how efficient the shellfish are at cleaning the water.
After the tideland experience, we studied about the relationship between the tideland and the living creatures. If you see this, it is obvious that the living creatures protect the tideland. Without coming here, we wouldn't understand this. We studied the various ways companies grapple with environmental safeguards and take action toward reducing pressure on the environment. First, we observed the state-of-the-art production line at the Takatana plant of Denso. We studied how to give careful consideration to the environment through drainage processing. At the Denso head office, we discussed the sustainability of a traffic society, guided by Professor Takayuki Morikawa of the Nagoya University Graduate School. We analyzed the differences between the traffic conditions in Japan and Thailand from various viewpoints and presented our ideas for a sustainable transportation system. Concerning distribution and food, we studied at Chikusa Ion. We raised our awareness of daily life and environmental problems. The next day, we listened to stories from active students with eyes toward the environment, followed by Chiba University Professor Naoto Suzuki. We concretely considered things we can do for a sustainable society. It's time to summarize what we discovered in Hokkaido and Aichi Prefecture. August 9th. The participants presented their individual thoughts as action plans for a sustainable society.
My action plan is just this one, encouraging local young entrepreneurs and their SR.
My action plan is
The summer program finished this day. After that, all participants did their own research on their action plans for becoming new Earthlings. 2.5 months have passed since the environmental study programs. The New Earthlings Forum was held to present all of the collected studies. It has been a long time since all of the students assembled, coming to the forum, including a specialist lecture and a panel discussion. 3 students voted as delegates presented action plans for a sustainable society.
Before the program, I thought that recycling was enough for the environment. But then I came to DYEA program and I realized the importance of reducing. The purpose of my action plan, my bottle at Jula, is to build public awareness among the students. And secondly, is to reduce the number of plastic cups used. And thirdly, is to create an eco-friendly opportunity for the students to contribute and participate.
Their thoughts for a sustainable society, condensed into a 10-minute time frame, seemed to get the support of the many listeners. At the end of the forum, the participants were reintroduced. Through the various programs, everyone's facial expression seems to have grown steadily.
今回参加した人たちは一人一人すごくやっぱりこれ自分だけで参加できたって思ってないので生かそうって努力すると思うんですね。だからいろんな意味でおそらく他の人とそれから小さな社会大きな社会に影響を与える人になっていくだろうと期待しています。
The 2008 Denso Youth for Earth Action Program was completed with a forum on October 25th. However, the 24 participants are standing at the starting point for making a sustainable society. No one knows how or when the answer will come, but we believe we can reach the goal through this picture.